Versus, I'm JWMaher. That's Will Cohen. Will, this movie, your theory about a time traveler is pretty good. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that the motherfucker who wrote this movie is a time traveler who had a script in his hand. He goes, okay, I want to see how this film is, I want to see how this film and other films from this, from this company are viewed in the, in like the year 2025, 4 years in the future. So he got in his time machine, found our channel, and everything that John and I have said about ITN distributed films, this motherfucker wrote down and put it in his movie.
Shower of shit.
That's pretty. It's scarily accurate. We're talking about The Haunting of Hythe House.
You have been playing this game for many years, hiding behind your keyboard. We are watching you now. There is a place that is ready and waiting for its star to arrive. I have prepped it with cameras and a few surprises. All you have to do is survive 24 hours in it, follow the instructions, and I won't share your personal information to anyone.
None of this is real. None of this is real!
Yeah, let me say some positive stuff up front. The guy Luke Stevenson, the guy that plays Danny, the lead, is not bad. He's not bad as far as these movies go. He's pretty good. Is he as good as that one guy in Dinosaur Hotel 3? No. But he's better than most people we see in these movies.
I mean, let's face it, John. Like the guy from that gun-toting weirdo from Dinosaur Hotel 3 is just like the S tier of acting that we are going to see in this. And so it's really unfair to constantly hearken things back to S tier when we're never going to get even remotely close. Like
we don't know that. We don't know that. We have to have a benchmark. We have to have a touchstone.
Honestly, like I would beg for like B tier at this point. This guy's like C tier. So we're almost there. Yeah. We're almost there. So if this guy's the benchmark, fine. But
I like the concept of this movie, I guess. It's just they do too much in this movie. Like the concept of just like, hey, you're an internet troll. Like you write reviews. The guy apparently has 10 million followers, which is weird. Why somebody with that much monetization would get blackmailed into something like this? I would not give a shit if you doxed me. Put it that way. But that's basically like there's a threat of him getting doxed.
Well, now we have finally found you, Danny boy.
Fuck.
Shut the fuck up and listen.
And that now that he's put all these negative reviews on the thing, that they're gonna like Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back his ass. So he decides to not. He does not want that to happen. So he agrees to do like MTV Fear in this house. But the house has legit like supernatural shit going on in it. And it apparently dates back for centuries, which is weird because how would something that's basically like turn of the century Jack the Ripper era shit have the ability to control the internet to the point that it could dox someone? And I'm officially asking too many questions.
Now sit down.
I'm sitting.
Sit the fuck down. This is live, you idiot.
Like there's a bunch of just like random horror imagery in the beginning, and then you're supposed to figure out yourself that that's not actually happening. That's happening in movies he's watching on his laptop.
So do you remember Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, where they watched like a shitty, like where they said there was even a shitty made-for-TV movie made about the incident that happened,
and that's the first one.
and it's the first film. This was a golden opportunity for them to finally have a sense of humor about this dumb shit that they do and have him watch other ITN distributed films, especially since like the era between 2018 and 2020, when this film was probably being made, was rife full of just the most worst dog shit humanly possible. I would have loved to have seen them like watching Leprechaun's Game or The Tooth Fairy or
Yes.
any Louisa Warren shit, especially since Louisa Warren is in this movie and she also edited the film.
My Facebook friend Louisa Warren does have a sense of humor. I will always point out that we are friends on Facebook, and I know she has a sense of humor because in this movie she must have a sense of humor because there is a very long scene of her just like really viciously eating chicken. And like you have to have a good sense of humor about yourself to let that be committed to the film. So Louisa, I appreciate you for that. But that's such a minor. Her eating chicken is such a minor point in the movie. We have Danny. Danny he has 10 million followers, but he lives in like a shitty apartment. I don't understand. He's not very good with money, and they have not monetized his channel with his 10 million followers. But the fact that he gave all these shitty reviews, now Control is blackmailing him to spend an entire day, not just a night, like an entire day in
24 hours. Yep.
But the house is the weirdest house. Like it's under like modern, it's clean as shit in there. It's clean. And it's under modern construction with scaffolding inside and outside the house. So
Control up here. Yeah. Come here.
This guy has nothing to live for. Maybe this is a really dumb nitpicky thing of mine, but he was so shitty. He left a full bottle of ketchup on the table, which had to have been sitting there till the point it was warm. That's a monster.
Yeah.
So everything that happens to this guy is 100% deserved.
So let's talk more about like the structure of what he has to do. So he goes to this place, and this place, somebody has to have staged this place because there's timers all over the house, there's cameras all over the house, there's maps that they're given, and it's a full-on escape room. It's an immersive escape room experience because there's allegedly treasure in the house and clues left to find the treasure. Now that's like, I guess character-wise abandoned. It's not really abandoned plot-wise, but it's definitely abandoned character-wise because Danny doesn't seem to give a shit. And he like vaguely remembers every few hours that he's supposed to be solving a mystery. But like I don't feel like he puts enough effort to, if you have 24 hours and it's expected to be a 24-hour exercise, he puts in about 45 minutes of effort.
And this is to me like where the plot absolutely falls apart.
Yeah.
Because if he's being threatened to do this, why are they like dangling gold in front of him? It's like none of this film like makes any sense. Like you deconstructing this is definitely a lot more thought than they put into this.
Yeah, the more I think about it, I still appreciate the fact that this movie is far less shitty than most of the movies we watch. But there's also flashbacks for some reason to like other times they did this to people. Like I guess he's not the first 10 million subscriber jerk off to come.
Right.
Like they're continuously like it's like Saw for people that get butthurt over the internet. Basically, is what's happening. Yeah, because like they're killing all these. Like you see what's going to happen. Like they're killing all these people. There's also a scene where Danny just like takes a nap. He's like, you know what? He finds like a dentist chair and takes a nap. Like,
yeah, and then he has like this weird vision of shit as he's like in there. So it's like they're stealing like bits and pieces from like good horror films, and then just leaving them on the table.
Yeah, it's very weird. So
yeah.
and time passes. They kind of do it as pastime. Like it's 20 hours, it's 24 hours, 20 hours, 15 hours, 10 hours. Like the clock is ticking. he just wanders around the house. He walks around the house and then he runs around the house. And then somehow they just put the final test in front of him. It was in the foyer. It was empty. And then he comes back and the final test is there. He did nothing. They brought him to the end by doing nothing.
Time is almost up.
And then it turns out that they stole the plot from Saw 2, where he was poisoned the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the movie, don't they make him drink something so he could...
No, they just give him a bottle of water. He didn't have to drink the bottle of water. He just drinks the bottle of water they give him because, he's thirsty. So he drinks the bottle of water again. And, like, didn't the water taste weird? It's like...
Did the water taste different?
Okay. Meanwhile, like, all the other people that got killed, like, conventionally. Like, we see somebody get hung. We see somebody get, like, bludgeoned. Like, all this stuff.
Well, and there's some honestly like interesting moments where they've really like I feel like they could have explored more because like they do some genuinely kind of creepy things like where like he's like sitting there like this part is in the trailer where he's just like sitting there and like all of a sudden he's like all the hands are like touching him.
Yeah.
It's like that's a genuinely like thought out.
Yeah, they don't lean into the
scene.
supernatural shit a ton. Like, it's not 100% supernatural, and it's not 100% like, this influencer getting... And we've seen both movies done better with straight up supernatural, like most of those movies. And we've also seen movies where it's like straight up, these influencers are getting what's coming to them. So like pick a lane, they don't.
Right. So it's like, yeah, the ending was definitely rushed. And I think, like, again, like, it's one of those times where I just feel like either they ran out of ideas, ran out of budget, or somehow both. It's like, they, like, the one guy forgot to, like, the one guy canceled his DoorDash order, and that's how they had to, like, tack on an ending because they didn't have the $20 to finish it.
Right.
And so, it's things like that that are really frustrating because like they had a great premise and like by the time it was finally going somewhere, they end it. But at this point, to its credit, at least it ended.
Fair enough.
Well, actually, no, technically it didn't because
another person's coming in.
Yeah, you saw the ghost like reaching out and like typing out typing out an email to another dumb motherfucker who they're going to bring in. So no, like we might get Hythe too. I don't know.
I'm going to guess we're not, but let's talk about some ratings. Actually, Will, I know you were a little crueler than I was, so you go first.
Okay. So I almost went 2 stars on this, but again, every opportunity that they had to have, to show that they had a sense of humor about this, they didn't take. Every opportunity they had to follow through with a good idea, they didn't take. I cannot in good conscience give this 2 stars 1.5.
All right, that's fair enough. I actually did. I gave it the full 2. Is it because Louisa Warren's my friend on Facebook? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'll just mention that every single time there's a movie she's in where she's my friend on Facebook. 2 for me because I think I really appreciate that they had a good idea. And this does predate like Deadstream, and it predates Influencer, and it predates Skill House. It doesn't predate that one movie by Magnet releasing whose name is slipping my mind right now. But there's a lot of films about like influencers getting what's coming to them. So is it influential? No, but it does predate enough to have a foothold in if you give a shit enough, whatever. The rest of the movie is bad. And the more I think about it, it's like they had too many writers who had to keep all their ideas in the movie, which we know is an ITN thing. It's like we all have ideas and they're all getting to the final cut and we're not cutting anything out.
Nope.
Whatever. But next week, we're going back to a director we've dealt with before. It is the gentleman Israel Luna who did Dead Don't Die in Dallas. He apparently did 3 movies, and for some reason in the ITN Pantheon, only one shows up. This Ouija Warehouse, which is also Ouija Deadly Reunion, which is part 3 of a franchise. So Will and I will decide whether we're just going to watch part 3, or if we feel the backstory of the first 2 Ouija experiment movies is necessary. So you'll get some Next week we will do some version of the Ouija experiment franchise, which
Okay,
I know you're all dying to see.
So I'm making my one executive decision per year here, John. We're doing the trilogy. We're giving the people what they want.
All right. Whether we do one a week or all three, you'll find out. We're tackling the Ouija experiment franchise starting next week here on Versus. Hey, if you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror, and the Letterboxd challenge is there. We do stuff there. Go to our Letterboxds. We do other challenges as well. We talk about it on the channel. There's all kinds of stuff you hear. But let me stop talking. I'm JWMaher. That's Will Cohen. Here comes the schedule. We'll see you next week on Versus.